Hello, my name is Adrian Cepeda, and I'll be doing part 2 of Lab 7. There we go. Part 2 of Lab 7 is the sheep brain, as you can see here. Now, to start off, let's get started by labeling. Now, from what I can tell, the spinal cord has been cut off from this sheep brain. But it should be right here in this area, I believe. Hold up. Yep. And this area of the brain, of the sheep brain, the spinal cord should be straight out right here. Now, from what I learned, the sheep brain, since it's an animal, or whatever mammal, the spinal cord would be going out straight. While as humans, we will have our brain stem going downward, down, not straight up, like a mammal, because the spinal cord to the brain, to the vision of the brain, the eyes. Now the frontal lobe is right in this area, as you can see here. Now the parental lobe, the left one is in this area and the right one is in this area. Optimal lobe should be in this area, right here in this area of the brain. Now the temporal lobe should be right here in this area of the brain. As you can see, where I'm pointing, where I'm circling out, that should be the temporal lobe. Now the central, how do I pronounce this correctly? Now the central sulcus should be in this area, right here. Cerebellum should be right here in this area of the brain, near the spinal cord. Yeah, near the spinal cord. So, now we're going to look from this side of the brain. Now the pia mater is extending downward into the sulci on the superior and lateral surface right about here. Right about here. Going downwards. Right about here. The two cerebral hemispheres are separated by a longitude fissure. Right here. Each hemisphere is divided into 4 major lobes. The frontal lobes are directly anterior from the circular fissure, which is really difficult to locate at the moment because it's hard to tell. Now, posteriorly, you guys would see that the parental lobe, which is this side and this side, followed by the occipital lobe, which is this side of the area of the brain. The temporal lobe can be identified as a slight bulge, which is right around here, this area, left and right of the area, which is superior to the hippocampus gyrus. Now, let's see about the anterior side, which is right here. Now, the olfactory bulbs on the anterior surface of the frontal lobe is right here in this area of the frontal lobe. Now, the optic nerve should be right here in somewhere around this area right here of the optic nerve. Now there should be an X. You see this? The X-shaped area. It's called the optic chiasm, where medial fibers from each optic nerve cross over to the opposite side of the brain. Now, the pituitary gland should be superior of the chiasm, which is, I believe, should be right here, this area. Now, the midbrain falls and medulla oblongata posterior to the optic chiasm, which it should be. Now, this would have been easier to identify if it had a brainstem, but since it's not, it's kind of hard to decipher where they are, like the midbrain. It should be right here where the supposedly brainstem should be. Now, we're going to cut through the fissure right here. Now, I can't separate it, so, because they're all connected, so we're going to use a scalpel. Alright, so, cutting down from right here. I know I'm not hurting anyone, but it feels like I am. Oh, okay. It feels so wrong. I apologize for my reaction. It's just, I don't like killing things, and except bugs. Bugs are easier. But an animal, it's just cruel. It just feels cruel. I don't know why. It just feels cruel. Right. Whoa. Now this is really weird looking. Oh yeah, I see. I did something a little wrong here. This is like the skin that protects the brain, as you can see. I'm trying so hard not to break these two fully apart. But I just noticed what I was doing wrong. Let's just stitch this right here. Come on, buddy. We know you don't like showing your skin of a brain, trying to protect it. But you're dead, so we need to show it. Well, we're going to soon show from this part. As you can see. As you can tell as well, there is no brainstem to this. It's kind of hard to tell where the brainstem is because it's not there anymore. So, let's move on. Now this, as you can see, the white area connects for the brain. Now I did cut this. Now this easily broke apart because of the cutting, but they were stick together. And since I broke it apart, it's easily separated, which is the colossum. I can't pronounce it correctly. Forgive me. But moving on, just gonna dab on the napkin. Corpus callosum, which is a collection of axons that extends along the medial face of the cerebellum hemisphere. Therefore, alright. Where's my stick? Alright. So, the literal third and fourth ventricles should be around in this area of the brain. Because both sides are the same. as you can tell. They look the same, in my perspective. Now, of course, this area has more fat in it. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Now, to get a closer look, being careful with this, as you can see the veins, well, not the veins, but like the brain of the sheep. Dang, this is strong. Oof. Now, I am supposed to cut a small area of the spinal cord, but I feel like, yeah. Someone cut my spinal cord. Unless this is the spinal cord, which I doubt it is, because Professor, I am very sorry if I'm wrong and I did not cut this correctly, but I did watch the video, but if I did not cut this correctly, I am so sorry. But I believe I did not have a spinal cord with my sheep brain. But the gray area, which I'm supposed to have a spinal cord, it is a butterfly-shaped section of gray matter and the dorsal ventral roots on the outside of the spinal cord, which this is the gray area right here. But as you can see, I do not have a spinal cord. Now, either I made the mistake or someone cut the spinal cord. Now, I believe that is all for today. Hopefully I did this correctly. I am so sorry, brain. Hope you guys have a wonderful, safe day, and I do apologize again to my professor if I did not do this correctly, or the brain came like that, because as you saw in the video, I opened it, there was no spinal cord, as I saw in the recording of what you gave us. There is no spinal cord from my perspective. Now, if I did this wrong in some way, I am very sorry, because I can't tell, because I know there's tough tissue for the area of the brain, but other than that, I can't seem to find it. Now, if I did it wrong, I do apologize, but hopefully I did this correctly. I did my best, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a safe, blessed day, and see you next time.